with that being said, let's do this quick because the people do appreciate it. Week 9 matchups, who we think's gonna win. We'll keep tally, get Pedro on next week and everybody else, and see who comes out on top. Starting right now, this is unbiased. It's end of the first quarter, 0-0 between the Texans and Jets. So I think we have no advantage like Vegas does on who we think is gonna win here. Tazi, who do you like coming out of this game? 0-0, end of the first.
I like the Texans winning this game. The Jets have had some ugly losses. They lost to New England last week. They're just not playing good football. They're due to turn it around. They have a beat up Texans team, but CJ Stroud, he's due to ball. He's been playing a little shaky this year, and he's due to ball. I got the Texans winning.
I like that. Talk to me, Chi.
I'm going Jets solely because it makes no sense as to why they would be favorites in this game, other than the fact that they're going to win. Maybe that's just me being biased because of looking at the Vegas has them at, but I don't see how they could be favored in this game and not win. It makes no sense. But so does the fact that they're favorites against the Texans. Aaron, at the same token, I guess, is CJ, you could say, is due for a breakout game. He still hasn't had one showing yet this season. I'm not saying tonight's the night, but I don't know. I think for just everything in my body tells me to say it's the Texans, but I don't know. I think the Jets figure it out.
Yeah. Honestly, Chi, I think I'm gonna go with you here. I'm gonna agree with you. I think they're at home. Stroud he is due for a breakout, but there's no way it happens tonight without Nico and Stefan. I would love for him to prove me wrong, but I don't really see that happening. Like I said, they're at the crib, so I think it's gonna end up going out well for the Jets, and hopefully they can turn things around off of a win and start stacking them. Moving on, 1 o'clock Sunday. This is easy, but maybe not. I don't know. It could get close. Saints at Panthers. Bryce Young back in the mix. It didn't really help anything, which I think furthers my point earlier in the season that it's all about what's around you, coaching, roster, this, that, and the third. But I digress on that. Taji, who do you think wins this game? Saints at Panthers.
If the Saints lose this game, then they might as well clean house and start trading players away for draft capital because they got too much talent on that roster that they're hoarding from the rest of the league. So I say New Orleans better win this game. Simple as that.
Yeah. Chi?
For the first time in Swaggy Sports Podcast history, as it relates to our weekly outlooks, I'm saying this game ends in a tie. I can't see these teams being as bad as they are ending in any other way than a tie.
I like that.
Don't sleep on the tie.
Love that. Dude.
It's such a gross game. Why not?
I love it. Damn. That's enticing. But I do agree with Taji here. If the Saints don't win this game, they have a serious issue. I'm not sure what's up with Carr. Maybe it should still be Rattler. But they have enough to get the job done against Carolina. Moving on. 1 o'clock Sunday. Commanders at Giants. We got to win this game. It's a must-win game, divisional. Daniel Jones plays like Peyton Manning against us every single time, so it's never easy. But as long as we don't score 7 field goals against them, we'll win the game. I'm confident in that. Taji, what you think?
I think Daniel Jones has 1 touchdown in the season over there at MetLife, so I'm for sure going to give this one to the Commanders.
Fair.
Yeah, for the same reasons that Taji just mentioned, in light of what you spoke about earlier, Steve, Jaden Daniels, regardless of the defensive production or lack thereof, has thus far found ways to win games, and especially a team like the Giants, depending on what that flow of game looks like, I don't think it's going to take a whole lot from Jaden to figure it out one way or another.
For sure. Let's keep it moving. Big game right here. Dolphins at Fins, Dolphins at Fins. Chi, talk to me. Do they bring it home?
I think they do. And again, it makes no sense. They always steal ones traditionally from the Bills. Two is back. The offense looks somewhat revived last week. I think they're going to be back to mid-season form last year. All these guys want to perform. Stars like Waddle and Hill and Achene, or I'm sorry, however you pronounce his name. They've been dying to put up numbers all year and just haven't been given the opportunity. So I think they break out.
I hear you. Taji, what do you like?
Despite it being a tour revenge game, the way DeMar Hamlin put him out earlier in the season,
Struck it out with him.
and Tua's got his Alabama hair back. I still think that they're going to lose this game to Buffalo.
Yeah. Hate to see it happen, but it's definitely gonna have to go to Buffalo here. It would be hard for me to go with Miami. Bills are hot. Josh is hot. I'm gonna ride that hot hand. One pick. Moving on. Chargers at Browns. The Browns have officially let Jameis take the keys once again. Crazy situation out in Cleveland. That's for a whole other podcast. But with that being said, Taji, Chargers at the Browns. Can they sneak one?
I think they got their sneaky win last week with all the blessings that we talked about. Like if the Ravens just catch the ball, it's over. Jameis could have had about 3 interceptions in that game, and they just didn't catch any of them. I think the Chargers are going to win this game and keep it rolling for their season.
I like it. Talk to me, Chi.
Only because there's one random old head quarterback that comes out of nowhere and just wins a bunch of games every year. I'm going with Pastor Jameis for no other reason.
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that obviously the circumstances that are in Cleveland are a whole other conversation. But I do think that the Browns are rejuvenated with Jameis at the helm from top to bottom. Nick Chubb is back. He looks good, Happy to see that. The defense is always what it is, sound. It's always sound. They're at home. I think Cleveland makes something shake. I like Cleveland. At home, 1 o'clock. Jameis, Snow Crabs. I think he gets it done. Moving on. Pats at Titans. This is one of those games as well. Just kind of like, out of my 4 windows of NFL Red Zone, that one will not be on. Pats at Titans. Chi, what do we like out of this? Jacoby or Mason Rudolph, who was getting kind of activated last week. Only 14 points, but it was a strong 14 points against the Lions last week, I must say.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, man. I mean, these are just 2 really bad teams. I will take the Titans solely because I don't like what Gerard Mayo said about his team being soft all over the place, especially coming from a former player. I don't think you do that out in the open like that. So for that reason only, go Titans.
I like that. Taji, talk to me.
Like you said, this is one of the uglier games. It could really go either way. It's pretty much the same as the Saints and the Panthers, in my opinion. I will not be watching this, but I'm going to go New England over Tennessee.
Yeah, I like the Pats as well. Jacoby, he's comfortable in New England. They're not good. Neither teams are, but someone's got to win. Cowboys at Falcons, 1 o'clock. Taji, why are the Cowboys losing to the Falcons on 1 o'clock?
I never picked the Cowboys one time in any of these shows, and I'm not going to start today. But if they want any chance to get their season back on track, they have to win this game, in my opinion. Their season either is make or break right now. If they win this game, then they come and play the Eagles next week. That could be change their whole momentum. But they're going to lose. Of course they're going to lose. Because Dak is ass.
Gee, talk to me. Kirk O'Bangs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how one takes one's trap from themselves, but Kirk is going to figure it out this week. The Cowboys stink, and I love to see them lose football games.
Y'all ain't lying. ATL Draco. Moving on.
They freed the big slime.
And they freed Big
freed
Slime, bro. For sure. That's got to be talked about on this podcast. Shout out to Young Thug. He done got let out today on this fine Halloween evening. Gotta love to see it, bro. Gotta love to see it. They gave him permission to be able to talk with Gunna, make music, be able to give the streets what they need still. I think it's huge. They better have a parade in that city tonight. They better bring out that rope walk, that red carpet like it's John Gotti. They have to. They have to. Shout out to Thugger. They going, oh yeah, they're winning Sunday. They gonna let him take the coin toss. If it were me, he's getting the coin toss Sunday.
If he weren't banned from the Atlanta metro area, that very easily probably would have happened. He's literally banned from anywhere of the greater Atlanta area. He's going to be like a little top on a mountain somewhere in a log cabin.
Throw him out of the city.
Literally.
For the better. It's for the better. But we're happy to see him out, though. We're happy to see him out. Moving on. Raiders at Bengals. Raiders at Bengals. We talk about get right games all the time. This is definitely a get right game for the Bengals. Taji, talk to me. Who do you like here?
I like the Bengals this week. Las Vegas is not a good team. Bengals need to win. That, like Joe Burrow said, what do you say? 7-9, we got to win. We can do that. We're gonna see if we can do that. I respect Joe Burrow. I respect his game, and I think they should win this game. It should be a get right game for them, like you said. They've been playing ugly. They need a good win. They
do.
Not just a 3-point win like they had against the Giants. They got to win this game.
I like that talk. Chi-Chi, you like that?
Yeah, I got nothing else to add. I mean, this is usually around the time where the Bengals heat up, and what better team to start the hot streak against than the completely injured and bad Las Vegas Raiders.
Do they trade Max Crosby?
Not unless he trades himself, right?
Yeah.
I hear you.
They let him smoke backwoods in the locker room. They're not trading him.
Right.
Valid. Moving on. Oh, I mean, I got the Bengals as well. Get right game for them. They got to start figuring it out now or never. Broncos at Ravens. They're back at the bank. Taji, did they give them a game? Did the Broncos give the Ravens a game here? Or is this another get right?
I think it's a get right game. I think after last week's loss, the Ravens are going to come out with a little different vengeance. But like we said, the Broncos have been playing pretty good football. Bo Nix, rookie of the month. So we'll see when he comes out, see how he plays. He can make it interesting, but I think the Baltimore should win this game.
I hear you. Chi, what you think?
I mean, the game comes down to whether or not Denver is going to be able to stop Baltimore's run game. I just don't think they're going to be able to do that. I mean, no one has this year.
Yeah.
And, even when Derrick Henry's not in the game, I think Justice Hill has played incredibly well thus far this year. He's been a little spark plug. Give me the Birds or the Ravens, the flock.
Yep. I'm a third that at the bank, get right game. Although Lamar didn't practice today, knee and back.
I seen that.
Something to think about.
It'll be all right.
King Henry first in yards, first in touchdowns, first in carries, first in average, and they ain't stopping that.
No.
On an $8 million salary, might I add. $8 million salary.
I mean, it's just a shame what the NFL did to the running back position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see how important it is. Dallas can't win a football game because they ain't got a running back, largely, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the running back makes all the difference, as you can see.
I agree. Yeah, dude. I mean, when we saw that trade pop up in the summer, it was just like, oh my goodness. That tandem is just, we've never seen anything like that. And never will again. So, soak it in while you can, chat. 405. Bears at Cardinals. I like this game. Bears at Cardinals. Two good quarterbacks. Both two teams that are still in the hunt for their respective divisions. Chi-Chi, who do you like here? Cardinals at home against the Bears. What do we like?
I'm just not sold on. It's early, I get it. I'm not a Caleb Williams guy. incredibly talented college quarterback. I just don't think, and you saw a glimpse of it, I guess, in the fourth quarter of the game against the Commanders with the creativity that he had and how it was effective in college. I don't know. I think the Cardinals win. I know Taji's not going to like that take, but it's my take.
Yeah, opposite of Chi, I'm a big Caleb Williams guy. Fight on, baby. He's special. After last week losing at home, the way at his home, not home, but at his home, he's gonna feel some type of way. He already had the game in the bag. In my opinion, their coaching is holding them back. You don't have the situation. You don't run a fullback dive on the when you just go down there after he's put the ball in his hands and brought you down the field. You run the ball to D Swift, like Chi Chi said, or you put the ball in the kid's hands.
Yeah.
And then you got the Hail Mary and you got TJ Edwards playing a spy for what? Just running back and forth across the field. Their coaching is holding them back, in my opinion, but their talent is enough to win this game.
I like that, Taj. I like that. I like the Cards. They're at home. I like Kyler Murray. I'm also a fan of Caleb Williams, don't get me wrong. Everyone would probably know that. I was just as high, much more higher on Caleb than I was Jaden going into the draft. I like the roster for the Bears. I do think the coaching can be better, must be better for them to be able to win games, I'll be the first to tell you as a Commanders fan, we had no business winning last week, and for some reason the football gods gave us something. They've been listening to us. But with that being said, I like the Cardinals at home against the Bears. Moving on. This is an easy one. Jags at Eagles, 4 o'clock. We know who Taji likes. Chi, you rocking with the Birds?
I am, but beware of the trap game. Beware of the trap. But I do think the Birds.
I gotta give a shout out Cooper DeJean. Shout out Quinyon Mitchell. They're gonna be the real difference why the Eagles going to run this year. And I really believe that. We had one of the worst secondaries coverage wise, one of the worst tackling teams last year. And them young boys, they're dogs. I can't wait to have them in my city for a long time playing football together.
Okay.
I agree.
We're in the Kelly Greens this week, Chi. We ain't losing.
Nah, I'm not going outside in the Kelly Greens. I didn't take that into account.
No.
Dougie P's getting ran out of South Philly.
Yeah, I like Philly. If they want to do what they think they're capable of, this has got to be a leave no doubt type of game. And just kind of just start churning with it and stacking wins and keep it moving. I like the Eagles here. I feel bad for T-Law. He just got to check. Obviously he has a lot to prove.
You're a better man than me feeling bad for him.
Hey, bro.
He cracked for 260 M's throwing picks.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying.
He hasn't finished like 4 games this year because you're getting busted so bad.
Smacked. Absolutely smacked. I like the roster. The roster's there. Shout out Brian Thomas. He's a bust down this year. The bust downs aren't so good. I'm not really gonna get into that. But it's the roster's there in Jacksonville. I'm curious as to what's going on. I'm very curious as to what's going on.
Yeah, and Trevor, in his defense, the last few weeks he ain't been playing as bad, but they're not. They don't know what I don't know what their problem is. They got to figure it out. They ain't gonna do it this week though.
Nah.
I mean, 260 M's is crazy. You got to finish every game. I'm sorry.
260 M's is crazy. I don't
For
know
hybrid work. They hired him hybrid.
Yeah, bro won one playoff game and they gave him the whole franchise.
Literally.
Yeah, they did. We'll see how it goes. Couple more. 425, big divisional matchup. Rams at Seahawks. Like I said, Geno Stakes did say that the 12th man felt like an away game last week. That is something we have never heard out of Seattle. If they're going to get loud, it's got to be for this one, Chi. Why do the Seahawks win this game at home, 425 against the Rams?
The Seahawks win traditionally when Geno Smith is able to push the ball downfield and actually threaten teams with the pass game. Historically, I think he's performed relatively well against the Rams, and if he's able to push the ball downfield, I think they win. I think he's going to be able to push the ball downfield. Go Hawks, go!
Heard that. Heard that. Taji, your boys, Mr. Cooper, Mr. Puka, they're not doing so well in Naptown. They're not doing so well. They've been injured majority of the time, but when they've been healthy, they have been top earners.
You gotta send. That's all. They're doing the Devontae Adams. Their hamstring is hurting. It's not really hurting. That's all. I think that the Rams. This is a tough one. I think for both of these teams, this is a really big game for them, depending on how their season's going to go. And coming off the win last week for the Rams, I think they're going to win.
Yeah. This is a hard one for me because I do think that both teams, honestly, I like the Seahawks coach, and to the point where I feel like they can compete still. DK is out, I think, again with a weird knee injury. I think he got it on the sideline. I like the Rams. For the behalf of the Naptown Bust Downs, I love the Rams this week. I need Puka and Cooper to get things going for my unit because we've taken too many losses this year, and even if we don't make the dance, I just need to get closer to 500. As close to 500 as possible because I don't deserve this at all. But it's okay.
Right, you got 10 of them in a row.
It's ridiculous. But it heavy is the head that wears the crown. We winners over here regardless, and we'll see what happens. I hope we play the Tokers next week. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll keep it moving. I like the Rams. Moving on, another divisional matchup. Big one. Like we said, the Packers are going to be moving with Malik Willis next week. Not ideal because they see the Lions. But they're at home. Chi, do the Pack have a chance to get something out of this, or is it the Lions steamrolling Malik Willis in the Pack?
Yeah, I would say it's the Lions steamrolling Malik Willis. They have given you no reason to believe that they would do anything differently based on how they played against teams in tough positions this year. They're trying to score as much as possible, as fast as possible, and I don't see the Packers defense being able to hold up.
Taj?
I'd love to see Jordan Love play in this game just because I don't know how to feel about his game still. I'm not completely a fan of his, but I'm a little skeptical. I'd like to see him play a team like the Lions, but without him, they don't have a chance. The Lions take this game.
I agree with you. I'm gonna leave it at that. Lions. Moving on, two more games. Sunday night football. Colts at Vikings. I hate to plug the bust downs again, but almighty bust down Hawkinson is returning from a very gruesome injury last year. He's a soldier for the Naptown bust downs, and he's back. They see the Colts, Joe Flacco, totally different squad without Anthony Richardson, and I think it's for the better. Time will tell if we'll see if that's the case. But, Chi, what do you like here? Colts at Vikings, Sunday Night Football.
Give me Sammy D, man. He's playing well.
He is.
The Colts have a tough offensive outlook with Joe Flacco or Anthony Richardson, so give me Sammy D.
I hear you.
Yeah. I agree with Chi-Chi here. Give me Sammy D. I think he's finally gotten a chance to come back around and play some good football. And if his team wants to have a chance to compete in his division and stay around, he's gonna have to keep playing good ball. And Hawkinson coming back could be huge for them.
For sure.
And it'll give them a great weaponry around them for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's another layer.
Yeah. I like the Vikes as well. Aaron Jones, I like, always have. Hawk, worthy soldier, top earner whenever he's available. They'll get it done. There's situations in Coltstown that are just off the field that are going to deter them. The last game of Week 9, Monday Night Football. Buccaneers at the Chiefs. Pat, primetime television. We're going to assume that Taylor Swift is going to be in the box. That's how it goes. It's going to be live. As we all know, and some love, some hate, but Bucks at Chiefs. Super Bowl matchup. What do you like here, Taji?
I like KC here, obviously, and I gotta respect Taylor for popping out to her man's games. Not gonna lie, Baker is cooked without Godwin. I mean, I think the yards after the catch have been making his stats like a lot better than they have. The Saints game, I think he had 125 yards, and 100 of them were yak and 2 touchdowns. So I think the Bucks season is pretty much on a downtrend, and the Chiefs are finding ways to win games, and the Bucks aren't going to be a team to give them their first loss of the season.
Yeah. Talk to me, Chi.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. The Chiefs are winning football games.
Yeah. I will third that, and that will bring this podcast episode to a close. We appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure to keep liking, commenting, subscribing, showing loves on all the socials. It's hard. It's kind of busy for me right now. I'm right in this politics game. Not really something I thought I would be approaching. So I'm gonna be working election night. But we're gonna get a video out to y'all every week here on out for the rest of the season, for as long as we both shall live, because we willing to take this till the wheels fall off. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for everything. Chi, Taji, as always. Appreciate y'all. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.